Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, my Instagram DMs are open, so if you have any video suggestions or recommendations, send them my way. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're gonna get into some habits that have really helped my mental health. But before we get into it, it is the first week of 2023 and I haven't been on YouTube in 5 months. So I just wanted to give a quick update as to what's been going on in my world. One, my boyfriend and I have been living together for over 6 months now, and I feel like we're finally getting adjusted. We feel settled, we have routines, we have our independency, and things are going well. Two, I started MBA classes in the fall. I had 30% of it done in my undergrad, and I had to use the credits within 2 years. So I picked up a couple classes last fall, and I'm hoping to wrap it all up by the end of 2023. Something else that is really exciting is I started a new job this week. So I'm in a rotational program where every 6 months for 2 years, I switch roles, and this is the final 6 months of my program. So come June, I'm gonna have to figure out what it is I wanna do with my life. But what's been really cool is I've been learning about skills that I didn't have, areas and fields that I didn't think I would get into. So I'm excited to see where I end up. And lastly, I got Invisalign. I have it in right now. I just got it a few weeks ago, but I've been taking pictures, taking notes on how I'm feeling, and I'm gonna film a video at the end of it for those of you who are interested in getting Invisalign or just wanna know more about it. And lastly, a goal I have for 2023 is to really embrace my creativity through YouTube and Instagram. So we are starting off strong in the new year, filming a video the first week. So I hope everyone has had a good holiday season, a good new year. I wanted to start off this year with habits that have really helped my mental health, because I know the holidays is such a hard time for pretty much everybody. Between it getting colder and darker and having seasonal depression, missing loved ones or family members during holidays, and also just the chaos of wrapping up projects at work and cooking and baking and planning gifts for people, it could just really take a toll on your mental health. So I wanted to start off the new year with sharing some tips and habits that I've created that have really been helping my mental health. I have seasonal depression for sure. Every time fall/winter comes around, it's getting darker early, it's getting colder, and I have no motivation or urgency to get up and do things. And it's really hard because it's one of those things where you know you need to get up, you know you need to exercise, you know you need to step outside, and those are the things that's gonna help you. But you also have a lack of motivation. So it's easier said than done. I've also been going through it since I graduated college. I touched on this in a couple of videos post-graduation, but I've always been really independent, so I thought graduating and adulting would be a breeze, but it really hasn't. Just the transition from doing a bunch of things at school to only having a 9 to 5, finding new habits, finding new activities, making friends at this age. It's just been really difficult for me, and I catch myself saying that I'm in a funk very often. So for those of you who also get in your funks, I'm hoping that these habits I've created will help you out, because they have definitely helped me. Let me just preface these tips with routine is a must. At least for me, what I've learned is that if I don't have a routine, then I have zero motivation, and you need to put in more effort during your funks and in those times when you're not feeling so great, and having a routine kind of helps you get through it easier. So all of the habits I'm about to share go with me setting a routine for myself. Number 1 is daily Jesus time. If you are a believer, you know that when you're not praying, when you're not talking to God, your mood's just a little bit different. When I start my mornings with a podcast or reading a devotional or just saying a prayer, I have this unexplainable peace within me. Does it last all day? Not all the time. But it does really help just kind of set the tone for the day. So a podcast that I really love and I listen to every morning is Mornings with the Masters. It's like 5 to 8-ish minutes. It's a devotional, they read Bible verses, they talk through it, and it's just a great way to start your morning. You could literally throw it on while you're getting dressed or while you're driving to work. Something else I have been doing is keeping a prayer journal. So if there is someone that needs a prayer, or if I'm struggling with some type of conviction, I write it down and I pray about it. And again, this just kind of sets the tone for the day and starts it off right. With daily Jesus time also comes a weekly routine, which is going to church. Now, I haven't been to church in person in a while because the church that I go to is kind of far from where I live, but I have been watching online. And again, that just sets the tone for the week. You have this hope and you have some things to think about that your pastor or your priest has told you throughout the week. So that's something I love to do every Sunday. Also, Sunday is my reset day. So after church, we always go to the grocery store and get everything that we need for the week. To make this even easier for us, we meal plan and literally only buy the things that we need from that list. So I have a whole YouTube video on that if you're interested in learning about how I meal plan, but that is just a game changer. I say this all the time, but I genuinely mean it. We have saved so much money, so much time, and just knowing what I'm gonna eat for dinner throughout the week takes so much stress from me. So maybe just consider that for yourself. Take a day that's a reset day. Sunday is probably the best day just because most people are off of work and then you're getting into the swing of things again. But taking a reset day is so important for me, and I'm very persistent about it. I don't let people screw up my Sundays. Another habit that has really helped my mental health is taking walks. I work from home pretty much at least 4 out of the 5 days, so it's easy to stay inside and get in your funk. So what I try to do is over lunch or after work, I take a walk. Even if it's not this crazy long walk, if you take a walk around the block, just getting the fresh air helps so much. Another thing I've been doing recently is at-home workouts. I'm into like the Zumba and the dancing. That's like the only way that I feel motivated to work out anymore. So I've been following Grow with Jo workouts. She has like 5-minute workouts, 12-minute workouts, 40-minute, like it really just depends on the time that you have and what you want. She has it all. So I'm gonna link her below because I think that would be really helpful for some of you guys. It has changed the game for me. Okay, another big one is cleaning the dishes before bed. Milena Ciciotti is like one of my favorite YouTubers, and something that she does is closes the kitchen before bed, meaning she cleans the dishes, she throws stuff in the dishwasher, she cleans her counters, like her kitchen looks clean before she closes her eyes to sleep. So that way, when she wakes up, it's like a fresh kitchen, then you're motivated to make breakfast. That is a big one for me. Like when I wake up and I have dishes all over the place, I won't eat breakfast. I have no motivation to cook. I don't want to make a coffee for myself. Like I can't even look at it because if I have a messy kitchen, I have a messy mind. And I feel like this is the case for a lot of people. It might not be your kitchen, but think about a space that like, if it's cluttered, you feel cluttered. I feel like we all have that. Like if you hang out in your living room a lot and it's cluttered, you might feel a type of way. I love spending time in the kitchen and cooking and just like doing dishes and watching YouTube videos at the same time. Like that is my relaxation space. So now what I try to do is make sure my kitchen is clean before I go to bed. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but journaling or talking to someone that you trust, just venting to them, explaining how you feel, that is always really helpful. So again, I have like a prayer journal, kind of like I'm writing to God, praying to God. But then I also talk to my mom, I talk to my boyfriend, I talk to my brother. Like I have people that I can go to and vent and like really explain how I'm feeling, and they get me, they understand me. And that's a really important piece of it, is sometimes when you're feeling depressed, you just feel so lonely, you feel like there's no one there for you, you almost want to isolate yourself. So try your best not to do that, and at least call someone on the phone, text someone about what's going on and how you're feeling. That is just super helpful for me. And lastly, kind of goes hand in hand with that, is just really being intentional about my friendships. When you're not in a good place mentally, it's hard to maintain your friendships. It's hard to check in on other people or want to go out and hang out with other people. But again, it is a must. We as humans are supposed to socialize with other people, and we want to socialize with people that are healthy for us. So only really keep the people in your life that are worth it, that really care for you and love you. Try to spend intentional time with them. You don't have to go out, you don't have to do these extravagant nights, but just making sure that you are maintaining those friendships and those relationships and just letting them know, hey, if I go MIA for a little bit, it's just because I'm not feeling the greatest. And make sure you're checking up on others, because believe it or not, most of us are in funks at the same time. Like I said, seasonal depression is a very real thing, and so many of us are going through it, and we think that we're the only ones dealing with all of this, when really we can kind of rely on each other and talk to each other about what's happening, and we can relate more than we think. So just to wrap it up, routine, routine, routine. That is huge. I know that it's easier said than done because you don't really have the urgency to do things when you're in your funks, but creating a routine, setting up something that you'll do weekly, something you'll do daily, really helps with that. Let me know if you create new habits for yourself, or if there are things that work for you and make you feel better mentally. I am looking forward to the new year and seeing what 2023 holds. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.